Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico is having a bad week as his government is on the verge of collapse. But in the meantime, he wants you to know he's facing the real issues, announcing constitutional changes to ban gay marriage and to ban trans people from Slovakia. This most recent political crisis in Slovakia comes after Fico decided to go visit Moscow to try to get concessions for cheap oil and gas from Mr. Vladimir Putin. This resulted in sustained massive protests across the entire country and the opposition parties tabling a motion of no confidence. While that motion failed, he did suffer, having MPs withdraw from his coalition. In order to topple the government and create a snap election, we need 76 votes out of 150. They currently have 71, meaning that Robert Fico's entire coalition is dependent upon 5 votes. In response to this, Fico threatened to withdraw Slovakia from the EU and NATO, and accused the protesters of planning a coup against him. Like all strongmen, he is a deep child of pushing conspiracy theories about everything and anything. Fico also warned that we are going to hell if we have a snap election. So what about his constitutional changes? Fico said that he was not interested in political races, but only in the outcome, saying, quote, "My game is changing the Constitution." He proposes changing the Constitution to enshrine the definition of marriage as the unique union between a man and a woman, legally recognizing only 2 genders, and banning the adoption of children by homosexual couples. He also went on a rant about how trans people are corrupting children because they do not conform to state ideology. One of the big things is he wants to create a Slovak supremacy clause. Currently, the Slovak constitution states that legally binding acts of the European Commission and the EU take precedence over national law. This is how it works within the European Union. EU law is over member state law. And Fico wants to create a situation where Slovak national law is supreme over EU law. Poland's Law and Justice government tried to do something similar back in 2021, but the EU Commission responded by stating EU law has primacy over national law that includes constitutional provisions, and the EU Court of Justice affirmed this. So this idea that you can create a Slovak supremacy clause is completely at odds with EU law and the treaty obligations under EU law. Only time will tell whether or not this actually topples Robert Fico's government, but it is inspiring to see the Slovakian opposition and the Slovakian people standing up to a wannabe strongman who hopes to turn Slovakia into his weird little kingdom. Keep fighting, and congratulations on your efforts.